Welcome to this new video on X macro. Now we are going to continue with another fifth example on X macro, and this one was inspired me when I was reading this nicely written article here on X macro, and then I came across another complex use cases here that is used in real life. So I thought that okay, I can do another tutorial based on these concepts here. So in order to do that, let's take this one out. We are going to take this one out, then go to our IDE, and then now let's create a new file that we call we save here. We are going to save this one CPP, and then we call it monster.h. This is called monster.h for our header, and then we are going to continue with our CPP file that we call five. So that is it. And then now, so here we are going to prepare our row list. This is going to be our row list here that we prepared here. So as I said here, this definitions here is coming from based on this example that we have here. So then here is our row list, which is acting as our database. Let's call it our database or a table or whatever. So this is our data source. And then now in the program now, we are going to do the same things as before. So first of all, we are using C++, and we are going to add here the header. Then the first thing that we have to do now will be the definition. So as we did before in the first step, so we are going to define the enum using X macro. So now we are creating our this X macro here, this line of data here. We are reproducing that one here as defined as we did before. And then because this one we want to return the name of the monster as you want the name of the monster to be something like monst. So the name of the monster will be something like, say for example, the name here is goblin. So once we return that, we are going to get something like this one. You can see that this name here is this one. This is the name. So the name will be monst and underscore this way. So this will be like this one. So this is what we are reproducing here. We are reproducing the same thing here by adding this underscore here. This means underscore. So this is what we are reproducing here. Then so it will be this one, double underscore. So this way. So this is how our monster name, this is what will be returned here. That is that here, and this count here Then now we continue now with our functions. We also need to return our functions here. So pause again. Here is our functions with return. Here we are going to pass the name of we are going to pass the name of our monster that we generated from here. We are going to pass it to our functions, and then it will return the name. It will return only the name. If you pass the name of the monster here, it will return only the name here. So same as we did before in the other tutorial. In the use case here, we are bringing again these definitions here. This whole thing here is identical, but here is the use case here. Here is the use case here with the case. For this case, for the monster name equal to this one, we are going to return the name here, and then we include our row here, and the default is kept as before. It is default as before. So same thing, we go here. We also want to return, if you want to return the descriptions, if you want to return the descriptions, it's going to be the same thing. So here we go, we call it step C, and then here we call return instead of name here we call descriptions monster, and then for this case here we are going to return desk, right? Desk here. So by preceding this one with hash here, it return only string. It return a string, not a simple value. So that is it here, and unknown here will be no descriptions. Monster descriptions here. This is part. So then again now, once that one is done, then we are going to go into our integer main. Here is our main. It returns 0, right? Then again now we are going to loop. So here we are going to loop through that, and then say we have, I'll pause again. So we are moving from here. This is our loop here to 3 elements here. Mount count here is the maximum number of elements in our row data, in our row list here. So that's the maximum that here. And then for each monster here, we pass the name, we pass the monster name, and we pass the monster name and we return the actual name. Get monster name and get descriptions here. Then if we save it, now and try to run, we are running that. So you can see that everything is returned. Here we have the name here and the description name and the description names and the description. So this is another use case that we can possibly use here. And we can also push this in further. So we can also push this in further here by going to new step here, add new features to our code here that we call statistics. This is step D, and then here in step D we are going to add a structure here, and the element here will be different value, this different value that we have here. So this one will be the HP, this one will be the attack, this one will be the defense here. So you want to generate some statistic for our game, then once this one is defined, then we are going to prepare our list, our array here. So we declare our monster stat as array here, and then we pass different element by creating a list from this row list here. Same thing, we define that, and then it's going to return for each element is going to return these three sub elements here, sub lists here for each element in our row list here. Then we include here same as before, and then once that one is done, we can come back now and use our monster stat. Let's call it for goblin. For goblin here we have stats for goblin, monk, goblin, this, and then count goblin HP will be what now? Will be this one. Will be goblin HP and offline this way. So here is our code now, and then if we run it, at the same time we are going to see which code has been generated here. So same as before, we are going to in parallel here 5. Let's see our expanded code when this one is running. So you can see that this is our statistic which has been generated. So this is our bit complex. This one a little bit complex use case that is used in a game. In this article that I show you here. So the full code is not here, so I just take the raw data and try to push it further with this case that we have, customized case that we have here. Now same thing if we go and see what our C preprocessor tool has generated here. You can see our code here. So this is how our array look like, static array look like. It has been expanded. So we wrote this one, but what has been expanded is this one. Same thing goes with use case here. For the use case, you can also see this use case is what has been expanded here, and then the monster list These descriptions, these are the names, right? The names, and then the descriptions. Here is the descriptions, the use case for the descriptions, the use case for the names, and then here is our enum. This is our enumeration. So I hope again that this video has been useful to you. You have pushed further with our notions of X macro, and then stay tuned. If you have any comment, do not hesitate. I will also add the list to all this, the link to all these example in the descriptions. You can directly download it in my repository. Stay tuned. Bye.